Hi, I'm Kerry Greenwald, Senior VA Loan Specialist and owner of Creekside Mortgage. Today I'd like to discuss with you eligibility on how much can you afford towards a house. So a lot of times people see that number that the VA says they can go up to $417,000 on a home and they think that they're actually eligible for that amount of money. What that's basically saying is that's the high water point that VA will allow you to go through and do for a zero down loan to ensure that transaction. But now there's a qualification factor that you have to go through and do for eligibility. And what they go through and do is they look at what your overall income is, and they'll take 41% of that to go towards a house. So that 41% would consist of what your house payment's going to be and long-term debts, car payments, credit cards, student loans, or anything else calculated in there. And the number they try to keep you at is that 41%. But there are situations where you can exceed 41%. VA does a secondary tier factor called residual income. What they're basically looking at is after all those bills are paid, everything else is whatever's left after taxes, how much money do you have left? Being a single person, a veteran, you typically can go a little bit higher because you don't need as much money left over. But if you're a family and have multiple children or anything else that's in there, they're going to try to keep what you go through and do down just so you have enough money each and every month to pay for those expenditures that are there. So looking back on this, it's pretty simple math to go through and do. 41% of what your overall income is per month, gross income, you can basically figure out what am I eligible for minus your debts, and that amount left over would be what you could put towards your payment. But going back and saying this again, I would always come to us and have us look at those numbers and maybe educate you a little bit more based on what your income is, on what you potentially could go forth and do. The smartest thing is to always get pre-qualified. So hopefully I've answered your questions on this, and anything else, always feel free to call my office anytime. Thank you.